Good evening and salutations, my BNB fans. This scene with Hope and Thomas, the scene that's been going on for like maybe 2 days or 2 weeks. I've lost track. This scene really doesn't make me feel bad for either of them, okay? Instead of Hope just there saying that, I went out with Thomas, I did what I did with Thomas because I have an attraction to him and I couldn't fight it anymore. Instead of just owning it and being honest, no. You decide to use Steffi as some sort of a catalyst for why you never really felt secure in your relationship to begin with. Which is pretty acidine when you start to think about it, because it's like, if you're going to give this person another chance, that's exactly what you do. You don't sit there and waffle. You don't sit there and be like, granted, Liam also, but it's like you don't sit there and be like, oh, well, I mean, how do I know if he wants to be with me? Maybe he wants to sit there and be with Steffi. He spends a lot of time over there. I just don't understand. It's like, that is irritating. Okay. And I would not be able to sit there and put up with that level of BS. I just don't have the patience. So her now coming up with a reason of why she did it is just BS. Now, Liam, listen, I'm not going to sit there and cut him any slack either. It was a kiss. You could have found a way to sit there and forgive her. You did, you know what I'm saying? You cheated. You've done dirt to her as well, okay? But you know what it really came down to is your ego. Your ego. Your male ego. You could not let, I hate to sit there and put this in sexes, but that's how it is for a lot of men. Not all men, but a lot of men, okay? There's a radio guy named Charlemagne the God that always sits there and talks about the fragile ego, the fragile male ego. And in this situation, you see it right then and there. It's not everyone else, just Thomas. Thomas is the only person that I can't just sit there and let it go. That is acidifying on so many different levels that I can make a whole nother video on just how stupid that sounds. But the point is, it hurt his fragile ego, okay? And that's why he can't get past it, okay? And on top of that, he's a coward. Why don't you sit there and tell her about how many times you kissed Steffi since this whole thing's happened? I mean, you're broken up anyway, so why does it matter? Oh, because you want to sit there and look like the good guy coming out of this whole thing. You want to be the victim. I mean, you still feel the way that you feel regardless. You don't feel bad for you sitting there kissing another woman behind her back. You have this chick sitting there apologizing to you like there's no tomorrow, but you couldn't be bothered to sit there and be honest with her because it would make you look bad. Unbelievable. So at the end, I know it's supposed to be this real tear jerker and supposed to feel some sort of emotions and everything like that. And, there was a part of me that was like, when he got up and he put his hand on her shoulder and he walked halfway out and he started breaking down a little bit. Part of me wanted to be like, but then I was like, no, because you're a coward and you're a scumbag. And then it just made me not feel bad for him once again. It's like, you almost had me. Okay? You almost had me. And listen, the reason why I sit there and say you almost had me, well, I know what that emotion is like. I know what that emotion is like to realize that your relationship is ending. Because it's not just your relationship. It's when you're with someone and they're a part of you, they are a part of you. They are a part of your day. They affect your mood, it's part of your routine to sit there and be with that person, and you made that person a part of your routine. You invited that person into your world, okay? So knowing that it's coming to an end is a very heart-wrenching thing, right? So they did the scene beautifully, okay? The problem was, it was the players that it couldn't get me to that point of actually feeling bad for them. Now, throughout the rest of the show, you got Mike Guthrie. I think that's his name. I like to sit there and call him the ultimate soap opera simp. You know, what's actually really funny about the word simp is that it's just a new term. Simping has been going on for years, and I feel like maybe one day I may do a separate video on that alone. But Mike was there to sit there and see his gorgeous goddess, Sheila. Man, I really shouldn't actually use gorgeous goddess and Sheila in the same sentence, but here we are. So, not to sit there and say that she's ugly or anything. So he's there, pretty much just kind of depressing the hell out of her. Let's be honest. He's all like, "Oh, come on now. You know, you can't really expect much from your trial, and you know, you just gotta sit there and accept the fact that you're not gonna win. You're not gonna get out of here. You're gonna be here for the rest of your life. But there is a plus side to everything because you'll be here with me." And the look on her face was priceless. And you can tell when somebody's truly simping because they can't even sit there and get those level of social cues of you're not saying something that's making her happy. You're saying something that's depressing the living hell out of her. And you don't even recognize it because you're just that far gone into this whole simpish thing. So while that's going on, you got Finn that gets called to sit there and see Sheila. And he's pissed off, right? And I'm just sitting there thinking, you really couldn't have found anybody else? Like, really? You couldn't have found anyone else? You have a whole team of doctors at that hospital, and you just had to sit there and get Sheila. What happened to the prison doctors? Like none of that made sense, but whatever, fine. We got to find a way to get these two in the same room, and that's exactly what ended up happening. And of course, Sheila and her sick obsession with Finn, like, apparently Sheila just has one child. I'm pretty sure she has more than one child, but for some odd reason, she is just fixated and focused on Finn. I'm your mother. I gave birth to you, and I'm always going to be your mother for the rest of your life. Do you not sit there and see the look on his face? Does he look like he's pleased about that? Now, of course, as I could sit there and say the waste of space known as RJ is there. I really hate saying that. I really wish, I mean, I understand that some people can't be front burner. They gotta be supportive roles, but come on now, you bring this dude in just to be a supportive role only? Can you actually give him something? Or he's not there doing talking about, oh, my Hope sister, you know, my sister Hope, you know, I'm worried about her and her marriage and stuff like that. I mean, that's cool. Okay, that's fine. They got to find a way to make him shirtless somehow. So he's testing out a bunch of different clothes. I have no idea why. I mean, besides the obvious. So, okay, fine. I mean, at this point, I feel like sometimes with certain shirtless scenes, it's like they start to get very lazy with it. They're not even trying to be creative about it anymore. It's just like, let's just find a way to get his shirt off. Okay, sure. Steffi comes in there, and Steffi's talking about Sheila in the trial and how Finn is all too pleased with putting his mother away, or putting his biological mom away for the rest of his life, for the rest of her life. Steffi and Finn talked. It wasn't anything of importance. Like, literally, it was the exact same conversation from yesterday, so just pretty much kind of copy and paste that. I feel like that's pretty much about it. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. If I'm missing anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and go for all of them. B&B, GH, Days, and Y&R. Also, if you're a member, I put out a new video for the whole Haley Pete thing, my thoughts. So definitely check that out. And if you're not a member, hit the join button in the description box below. And I don't mean this video, or maybe this video, but if you don't see it in this video, check any other video out on the description box. On the description box, there is a join button. Hit that button. and join. I do exclusive videos, just for members. I put out a short for the Haley thing, but the more detailed one that I kind of get into is for members only. So if you're curious about my thoughts, check that out by hitting the join button. And if I miss anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all of them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.